We're feeling really good. It's been very creative. We're taking things out further, musically and lyrically. But everybody's feeling really good. There's a good camaraderie going on.
The past week and a half, we've actually started to surprise ourselves, which is really kind of refreshing. So yeah, I'm feeling really good this week. I'm feeling quite tired. We've been pulling in some very, very late nights, but you know, it's all worth it.
It's the best I've felt about any album that we've done. We've had the best relationship so far with the producer. It's someone that who's our age, who's grown up with the same similar kind of influences, and someone that is, we take the piss out of. We have a laugh, and it's relaxed in that sense, and that makes for a more open relationship.
My idea with this album was to, I think I wanted to avoid the fact that it's the fifth album, and there is this danger of comfort when you arrive to making a fifth album where everything becomes quite, you've been there for a long time, and it can become really comfortable. So I wanted to try to break that and get to the bottom of what Placebo was about in the first place. So bring the danger in their music back, and the emotion and all the excitement. Basically, I'm trying to get them to do a first album again.
Everybody's vibing, everybody's enjoying it, and I think we've just been dying to get in the studio and get off the road. It's 2.5, 3 years, the last world tour, so, too much of a good thing. So it's nice to have a change. It's good to be in London, and it's good to be good to be recording.
We've been keeping the pace up, and to try to explain that is you work on a song, and you work on it because you're vibing off it. You're vibing off the sound that's coming out of the speakers. It's not a case of going in and getting the perfect drum take, which is going to take you 60 tries to get right. You go in and you follow the vibe of it, and kind of having confidence in our musicianship, and just spending, usually we don't spend more than 1 or 2 days on a song at a time, and then we just leave it for a while and then move on to another song, and then come back to previous songs, just to keep every song fresh. That's you don't get bogged down in doing one song for like 2 weeks, which can kill the reason or your love for that song.
Each time, that's been the whole point, is moving on quickly from one track to another. So we got a few tracks now where we got to a really good level, and they've become reference points. So therefore, you judge everything, all the other tracks, by the level of the tracks that you're very happy with. So it's forced you to push the other track to that level, and maybe a little bit further, and then you readdress the other track. So it's a creative process, but it's a process of work. So we're in the middle of it.
What would I like to achieve with this record? I would like to make a better one than last time. I would like to make something that's fresh. I've said this before. The challenge is to strike an equilibrium between doing something new and not turning your back on your own identity and what makes you intrinsically you. I'd like to make something that doesn't really have to do with fashion or trend. I'd like to make something that's timeless, if that's possible. And I want to sort of, approach the big subjects of, life, love, confusion, and loss, and talk about these very, very complicated emotions in more and more simple ways, and I want it to sell by the bucket loads, obviously.